Welcome. How you doing? I'm Dr. Anthony+Ladson, and I just want to welcome you to this live stream conference that's going on live right now. They called me in just to speak from my heart, to give you a few tips on how to be successful in your life. But the first thing I want to do, I just want to thank George T. Frazier, who's doing this conference, this live conference now. Just want to thank him because through his innovation, through his honesty, through everything that he's doing just to empower our people to have a higher mindset of themselves, not only themselves, but of everybody that they're connected to, his networking. I just want to thank George T. Frazier right now for having that vision of doing this. And I also want to thank Shay and Trevor. Shay and Trevor, who is doing this live stream, has put everything together. They also had the vision to do a live stream so the whole world can tap into the greatness that's about to be released on this here platform. Because this platform is not just me. There's other speakers that are going to be here to give you information, to give you knowledge, to give you a revelation of the things that you can use to enhance your life. And not only enhance your life, enhance the lives of others around you. So that being said, I want to get started because I have some teaching that will change your life. Some teaching that's going to make you understand who you are and what you have residing on the inside of you. So let's get started. You might be saying, well, who are you, Dr. Anthony+Ladson? I'm a father, I'm a husband, and I'm a teacher. I love to teach. I love to teach people their gifts that they have inside of them. And one thing that I want you to know, everyone has a gift, but everyone doesn't know how to utilize that gift that they have inside of them. The gift that you have is different than the gift somebody else has. But once you become aware of that gift that you have inside of yourself, that's when the fun begins. Because once you become aware of that gift that you have, now you have to work that gift. You have to work that gift so you can cultivate it. Because what greatness is a cultivated gift that you have mastered. I'm going to say it again. Your gift is your cultivated greatness. So I want you to write that down because a lot of things I'm going to be teaching you in this training or this talk that I'm giving right now, you should write this down. Because as you write things down, you'll retain it better than just listening to it. Some people can hear things and retain it. Some people can write things down and retain it. The best way to retain information is to write it down so you can go back later and look at it. Because there's always something that you might have missed in the beginning. There's always something that you say, well, I didn't see that before. So I want you to get a pen and paper so you can write down anything that catches your mind by saying, I didn't know that, or I knew that, but he explained it better. So get a pen and paper so you can write it down and retain it better. But I want to tell you a story and a little bit about myself. When I was young, I was about, 8 or 9 years old. I was watching TV one day, and what they were showing was a training about CPR, mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. And what happened, I didn't pay no mind. I didn't pay no attention to it. I feel, it's just a TV show. I didn't even want to watch it, but, I looked at it a little bit. But what I didn't know, 2 weeks later, when I came home from school, my father was laid out on the floor. Straight laid out on the floor, not moving. So I panicked and I ran into the house. I saw my father laying there. I called my mother and I told her to call 911. I don't know what's going on. And what happened, he had a massive heart attack. So I'm trying to figure out what I should do. What I should do. I'm young. I don't know what I should do. So I grabbed his head in my hand and I told him, don't leave. Don't die on me now. I just met you 2 years ago. Don't leave me now like this. So I tried to revive him. And then at that moment, I remembered the TV show. I'm trying to figure out what to do. Trying to remember what they was teaching on that show. Should I do chest compressions? Should I pinch his nose? What should I do first? I was struggling. I was trying to figure it out. My mind was wandering. And eventually, the paramedics came and took him away. And I was the last person he saw on this earth. And I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that moment when I saw a man I never met 2 years prior. I didn't even know he existed 2 years before that. And all I could just think about, go through my mind, if I just paid attention. If I just paid attention, maybe he would still be here. I'll never forget that. But what I want to present to you today is how to unlock your greatness. How to unlock your greatness. And the first step to unlocking your greatness is pay attention. You have to pay attention. Because, 40% of the school children don't graduate. Why they don't graduate? They don't pay attention in school. They feel that school is not for them. They feel school is just a waste of time. They feel that Beyonce and Jay-Z is more important than going to school. They feel watching the basketball game is more important than going to school. Even though the basketball game is on right now, this is what's important to me to teach you. That's what I feel is important. But they feel it's not important. So they dropped out of school because they feel it's not important. They don't pay attention. They don't pay attention to the right things. And in the corporate world, the New York Times did a study a couple of years ago, and they say most employees go to work, and they're not there. They show up, but their mind is not there. They're there, but they are not there. And by doing that, they're not paying attention. And by not paying attention, the casualties and the accident rate in most corporations has gone up dramatically. The workman comp insurance rate going up constantly because a lot of people who are there, but their mind is not there, they're not paying attention. They're not paying attention because they feel that this is just a job. They go home, come back to work, go home, come back to work, and they're not making ends meet. They're not paying attention. So that's why the rates are going up so high. And this is so powerful. Because you see, I have notes and I want to make sure I'm telling you everything that I had in my heart. I just want to remind myself because paying attention is so important. Paying attention is so important that even the little things in life you should pay attention to. To hear the songs of the hummingbird, pay attention to it. It's a sweet melody. Even just how the sun sets in the west, you're paying attention. When you pay attention, you can pinpoint the little things that most people overlook. If you pay attention, you can have anything in your life that you so desire. Let's take Floyd Mayweather, for instance, the world famous boxer. You know who Floyd Mayweather is. If you don't know who Floyd Mayweather is, I'm going to tell you. He is one of the world's great boxers. He is one of the world's richest boxers with his mindset. And how did he get to become the greatest, one of the greatest? He paid attention. He unleashed his greatness. He unleashed his greatness by paying attention to doing what he loved. By doing what he loved, he unleashed his greatness by boxing. And by boxing, he paid attention. He trained constantly. Every time he have a fight, he trains. And when he trains by paying attention. He know he got to do 1,000 sit-ups when he wake up in the morning. He know he has to do 1,000 sit-ups when he go to sleep at night. He know he has to walk or run 10 miles a day. He has to pay attention to do these little things throughout the day. and throughout his training session. So when he gets in that ring and he starts boxing, everything comes natural. His greatness shows. And he has to realize, and he knows this because he's proven it so many times, that to unleash your greatness, you have to pay attention. And every time he goes into the ring, he pays attention, not just what he has done, but what his opponent has done also. Every time his opponent throws a punch, he pays attention. He pays attention on how he throws a punch. And when he throws a punch, he knows that there's always an opening that the opponent leaves. So he understands that if he pays attention to what the opponent is doing, he has the ability to hit the opponent, but knock him out. That's why paying attention is so important. It's so important. Jose Ortega, a spiritual teacher, a philosopher, a Spanish philosopher, said, "Tell me what you pay attention to the most, and I will tell you who you are." Tell me what you pay attention to the most, and I will tell you who you are. That's a powerful statement. What are you paying attention to the most? What has your attention throughout the day? What has your attention that is causing you to fail in one area or another in your life? You have to think about that. You have to think about it, because what you're paying attention to tells the world who you are and what you will become. Because the more you pay attention to it, the more you give energy into it, it's going to bring that energy back to you. Because whatever a man sows, that's what he will reap. That's what my favorite book tells me. And as you understand, there's a couple of steps that you need to unleash your greatness. And the first step is paying attention. But this is what I want you to do. When you pay attention, you have to pay attention to the things that will increase your success. Because we all want to be successful. We all want to have things in our life that we can say, well, we're successful at it. We have a successful marriage. We have a successful business. We have a successful family. Excuse me. And we all want to be successful. But what you have to do, the first step is pay attention. And one thing you have to do when you pay attention, you have to pay attention to those things that will make you successful. What is going to make you successful? Reading books. Read a book, because there are so many things that you can do throughout the day or throughout your month or year. But read a book. If you read one book, that knowledge that you haven't even heard of before. If you read one book, the average American in the world, or the average person in America, reads one book a year. See, I read a lot of books. I read more than one book a year. Matter of fact, last month I read 3 books. I constantly feed my mind with information. I read books, magazines, because I want to be successful. I want to be successful. And the only way to be successful is one way: read a lot of books, take courses, take classes. There are things that you haven't even dreamed of that's out there waiting for you to become aware of it. And one way to become aware of those things is reading. Read a book. When you read a book, you expand your mind. Once you expand your mind cannot go back to the place it was before. Once you learn something new, it's already in there. Once you retain it, it stays in there. You might not even know that you retained it. You might even forget about it. But it's always in there. It's always lying dormant until you activate it. And it becomes to the surface. It comes to the surface and you act on it, and you can become what you think of. And here's a quote. Here's a quote that I had to write down because it's so powerful. Ronald Reagan said, "Our whole system of government is based on we the people." Our whole system of government is based on we the people. But if we the people don't pay attention to what is going on, we have no right to complain when things go wrong. That's powerful. And I not only take that for the government, I take it for ourselves. I take it for myself. You should take it for yourself. When you don't pay attention to the things that are going wrong in your life, you are the only one to blame for it. You're the only one that you can say, man, I'm mad. You can't be mad at the world. You can be mad at yourself because you didn't pay attention to those little things. To be successful, you have to pay attention. To be successful, you have to read books. To be successful, you have to gather more information that you already have. You should be a walking encyclopedia. You know everything about your life. And since you know everything about your life, where are you now? What status are you in now? Are you still striving? Are you still looking to be successful, or are you successful? Are you still looking to be great, or are you great already? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Are you great already? Now, the second step to unleashing your greatness is to focus. You have to focus to unleash your greatness. Let me take some water because my throat is getting a little parched. You have to focus. And what I like to do when I say focus is break it down. F-O-C-U-S. Facing one challenge until success. Facing one challenge until success. Norman Vincent Peale said, believe in yourself. Have faith in your abilities. Without a humble but reasonable confidence in your own powers, you cannot be successful or happy. And that just simply means that you have to understand it's up to you. You have to face the challenge or face one challenge until success. You have to do this yourself. Your mother can't do it. Your father can't do it. You can't blame anyone else for the things that's not happening in your life. See, I know. I used to blame people saying, oh, the man is putting me down. Oh, I can't get this job. I can't buy a new house. I don't have the good credit. Well, who am I blaming? I can't blame anyone else because my life is dictated by the decisions that I make. My life is dictated by the decisions that are made by me. So I can only blame myself. And when you focus on one thing, one challenge, and when you focus on one thing that you want to accomplish, you put all your power into it. Once you do that, it's going to happen for you. Once a man walks to a place where he desires to be, he will get there one way or another. Because once you make a decision, that decision will come to pass. As long as you keep the faith, it will come to pass. If you desire to lose weight, you have to focus facing that challenge to lose weight. You can't go into the ice cream parlor and say, well, I desire to lose 25 pounds, so I'm going to go to the ice cream parlor down the block and get a scoop of ice cream. Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors. So you're going to try all 31 flavors, but your decision is to lose weight. You have to focus. You have to maintain. You have to understand that you have to focus all your energy to losing weight. How do you lose weight? The best way I know how to lose weight is you stop eating. Yeah, you stop eating. If you stop eating, you're guaranteed to lose weight. But to be more realistic, to lose weight, you have to, cut down on your eating habits, cut down on the calories you eat, the potassium and all that, all that good stuff they say you shouldn't eat. You have to cut down and maintain and to lose weight. That's an easy way to lose weight. You might say you want to stop smoking. I want to stop smoking. I want to stop smoking, but yet you still carry a pack of cigarettes in your pocket. How can you say you want to stop smoking and you still taking 2 and 3 puffs of cigarette and throw it away? Yeah, you can stop gradually, but eventually you have to boil down and say, I will stop smoking right now. You have to focus your attention, focus all of your energy. I will stop smoking right now. Throw away the cigarettes, throw away everything that's going to cause you to back up and take another cigarette or take another puff. That's what you have to do. You have to focus. You have to focus on those things that you say that you're going to do. So let's take Michael Jordan, for instance. Michael Jordan, when he was in high school, they cut him from the basketball team. It hurt him so bad that he went home. He cried. He even said he cried when he went home because he knew he had greatness within him. He knew he was better than what the coach said he was. So what did he do? He went home. He focused. He said, okay, the coach said I can't hit three-pointers. He went home. He took 1,000 shots a day from the three-point line, taking those shots like that, taking the shots. He didn't make all of them, but he was so focused, eventually he was satisfied when he was taking those shots, 1,000 shots a day from the three-point line. Then what else he do? He did a layup line by himself. When you focus, it doesn't matter who's with you. All you need is your self-determination to say, I'm focused and I will accomplish this, what I put my mind to. He was by himself. He did a layup line by himself. He did a layup line, 1,000 layups, until he perfected his layup. He did a 1,000 10-foot jump shots, right inside the three-point line, 10, 15-foot jump shots, 1,000 jump shots a day, so he could perfect the jump shot. He knew he was better than what the coach said. He knew he had something inside him telling him, you can do this. You can become the world's greatest basketball player. But you have to focus. You have to focus on that, what you want to become. And he wanted to become the world's greatest basketball player. Now, throughout all of that training, he went to college, North Carolina State. He went to North Carolina State, played basketball. After he played basketball, the Chicago Bulls drafted him. The Chicago Bulls drafted him. And you know what he did with Chicago Bulls. If you don't know, where you been? If you don't know, I don't know where you been. He got 6 world championship titles. He got 6 rings. Not many people have 6 rings. I think Bill Cartwright got 11 or 13, somewhere around there. Not Bill Cartwright. One of those centers from the Boston Celtics. Old school players. He got like 13 rings, I believe, something like that. But that's an anomaly. That's way back in the day. Nobody knew how to play basketball back then. But we're talking about Michael Jordan now. Michael Jordan got 6 rings. And the majority of the people you ask would say he is the greatest basketball player of all time. Why? Because when he was young, when they told him he can't play basketball for the high school team, when they cut him, he knew he had greatness within him. He knew he had to release that greatness. He unleashed the greatness. But what he had to do before he unleashed it, he had to focus. He had to focus on perfecting. He had to focus on cultivating that gift. And what I told you before, your greatness is an uncultivated gift. Remember that. Your greatness is your uncultivated gift that you cultivate and master, and it becomes your greatness. And once you release your greatness, the whole world will see that you are great. You don't have to tell yourself that you're great. You don't have to say, I'm great, I'm great. No. Once you unleash your greatness, the whole world will say you are great. That's when you know you're great. You don't have to toot your own horn. You will say, I'm great, then everybody will say, no, they'll start judging you. But once you just release it and give it away, just do what you do and do it so well, the world will call you great. You never saw Michael Jordan say, I'm the greatest basketball player of all times. No. He won't say that. He never said that, as far as I know. As far as my research, he never said that. But I bet you that somebody you know, it might be yourself, you say he was great. Why? Because you saw his work ethic. You saw how much work he put into becoming the world's greatest basketball player. And by that, focusing on doing that, that's what happened to him. You can do the same thing if you focus on that thing that you're trying to accomplish. What are you trying to accomplish? You might say, well, I want to go to school and be a doctor. Okay, you have to focus on the requirements of being a doctor. But you might say, well, I want to go to school to be a lawyer. I want to be a Anthony+Ladson Esquire. Well, what do you have to do? You have to go to school. What's the requirements of being a lawyer? You have to go to college. You have to go to law school. After you go to law school, you have to take the bar exam. After you take the bar exam, wow, yeah, you can open up your own practice. But you have to focus on the requirements of becoming that what you desire to become. You have to focus on achieving that desired goal. Once you make a decision to do something, to be something, to become something, you have to make that conscious decision to focus all your energy to do what is required to obtain that goal that you're trying to achieve. Because the easiest way to do it, like I said, make a blueprint. What is the requirement to do what I desire to do? What is the requirement for me to unleash my greatness that I know I have residing on the inside of me? What is the requirement? What is it you have to do? Now, here's a question for you. What will you focus on to achieve your greatness? What will you focus on to achieve your greatness? Because there's so many things that you can do, but there's so many things that you can do wrong that will cause you to stumble and fall because of your greatness. You might just make the wrong blueprint. Here's an example. You might want to be a doctor, but yet you go to law school. That's kind of out there. But so many people are doing it. So many people saying, well, I know I have a gift to sing, but I'm going to take this job in McDonald's until I make enough money and I can make my own recording. That's fine and dandy, but don't get stuck in that job. Don't get stuck in a place where you say, well, I'm going to do this in the meantime. In the meantime, kill a lot of people. In the meantime, kills a lot of people because they're not focused. Instead of going to McDonald's, why don't you go get an internship, or if you need to make money, get a job at something or somewhere that you desire to be. You want to be a lawyer? Okay, and have an internship in a law firm. You want to be a doctor? Get an internship at a hospital or a doctor's office. Don't get stuck in the meantime. Wow, that's another bonus. Don't get stuck in the meantime. Hashtag meantime. That's what it is. Yeah, hashtag meantime. Don't get stuck in the meantime. Because we have to change the way we think about these things that are going on in our life. You want to unleash your greatness. You know you have a gift. You know you have something that you can offer the world, but you don't know how to unleash it. You know you can sing, but you can be better at singing. You know you can dance, you can be better at dancing. You know you have something that you can give to the world. But before you give unto the world, you have to give it in excellence. You have to give it with power, with authority. And how do you give it? When you unleash it, you have to understand that it is you that you're giving. Yes, it's your gift, but you're intertwined with your gift. You're connected with your gift. And your gift is your greatness. I keep saying greatness because I want it to get into your mind. I want you to change your mindset to say that you have something special inside of you. You have something inside of you that the world cannot even comprehend. It's only for you to understand what it is, and it's up to you to understand how to use it. Because everybody can sing, but everybody can't sing well. Everybody can't sing great. Everybody can dance, but everybody can't dance well. Everybody can't dance great. I can dance. I wouldn't show you, but I can dance. I can sing, but I would never sing to you, let you hear it. But everyone can do anything. You can do all things. You can do all things. But can you do all things well? Can you do all things well? No. Nobody can do everything well. Nobody can do everything perfect. But there's something inside of you, your gift, that only you can do. The gift has your DNA in it. Your gift has your DNA attached to it. And it's only you that can operate in that gift. And that gift that you have is yours. And it's only you that can release that gift. And the third step to unleashing your greatness is to change your way of thinking. Change your way of thinking. You have to change your way of thinking because Einstein said, the thinking that's brought me this far has caused some problems this thinking cannot solve. I got to say it again. Einstein said, the thinking that has brought me this far has caused some problems this thinking cannot solve. And that's basically saying your way of thinking up until now, up until you hearing my voice right now, has caused some problems. The same thinking, the same pattern of thinking that you have right now, you can't solve them. You're still in the place of lack. Some people listening to me right now, they're in lack. They don't have enough of this. They have enough of that. They have enough finances. The way of thinking that caused you to have the season of lack is the same thinking you're trying to figure out, well, how do I get more? How do I get out of this place of lack? The same thinking that's caused you to be in debt, you cannot get out of debt with the same thinking. You're thinking every time you go to the store, you have to buy some new shoes or buy a new electronic equipment. That same thinking is not going to get you out of debt. You have to change your thinking. You have to come up with new ways of thinking, new patterns of thinking, new patterns of how do I get out of debt? Okay, every time I go to the store, I don't need to buy or need to charge anything I don't need. If I need food, okay, I'll buy some food, but I'm not going to buy no new shoes. I got 20 shoes in the closet. You change your way of thinking. I don't need any new shoes. I can take these other shoes over there and wear them. The same way of thinking that you have thought up until this point, you cannot solve new problems. You cannot solve the problems with the same way of thinking. Because your way of thinking has to change for you to be successful. Your way of thinking has to change for you to be successful. Because you cannot be successful, like I said it before, with the same stinking thinking. Hashtag, that's right, hashtag stinking thinking. If you on the Facebook page right now, Shane Trevor, hashtag stinking thinking. Because so many people got stinking thinking going on in their lives, they can't be successful. It's impossible for you to be successful if you got stinking thinking. And what's stinking thinking? I'm going to reiterate it. Stinking thinking is I can't. You can't think like that anymore. You can't say I can't. You can say I can do all things. Stinking thinking. You can't say, well, I might go after my dream. No, you can't say I might. You have to be focused. You have to pay attention. You have to change your thinking and say, I will. I am. You can't have that stinking thinking in your mind anymore because you want to be successful. Repeat after me. I am successful. Say, I am successful. Say it again. Say, I am successful. Because being successful is not something on the outward. Being successful is an inward work. Being successful is a mindset. Your mindset has to change for you to be successful. And to be successful and to change your mind and to change the way you're thinking has to happen for you to have success. And now Thomas Edison, we all know who Thomas Edison is. He created the light bulb. But what happened to him while he was creating the light bulb? He found over 1,000 ways of not to be successful in creating a light bulb. He had 1,000 failures. But a failure is not final. Like I said, failure is not final. 1,000 ways of not, 1,000 ways of not creating a light bulb is 1,000 ways not knowing the right system to create the light bulb. Just because those 999 ways didn't work, that just told him 999 ways not to create the light bulb. So what are you doing so many times that you say, I'm failing? You're not failing. Failing is not final. Failure is not final. Failure is just a mode to tell you it's not the right system. Don't take it personal. It's not the right system. If you try to cook spaghetti and just put the spaghetti in a pot without putting water in it, it's going to burn the pot. It's going to burn the spaghetti. That's way number one, that you learn not how to cook spaghetti. And then you go back and say, okay, I'm going to put water in the pot and put the spaghetti in the pot. You walk away. You come back 5 hours later, the pot burned. Why the pot burned? Because the water boiled out the pot. Oh, that's step number two. You learn two ways of not how to make. I got to get this right. My lips are not working. Hold on. You learn two ways of how not to make spaghetti. So you got two ways. So now you go back and you ask your mom, how do I cook spaghetti? And she give you the recipe. So you go back, you make, you get the pot, you put the water in there, you put spaghetti in there, you put a little bit of salt in there, some paprika or whatever else you want to put in there to season it. You come back a couple of minutes later, you see the spaghetti is nice and loose and and wiggly and jiggly. Then you take it out, okay, it's done. Now you learn the right way to make spaghetti. So what happened? You learn two ways. You learn two ways of not how, I keep saying the same thing. You learn two ways of not how not to make spaghetti. I don't see why that was so hard. You learn two ways of how not to make spaghetti. And those two ways you learn, you say, okay, I know that's not how you make spaghetti. But now you discovered the right way to make spaghetti by a system that your mother gave you. You learned it from the system. You have been successful. Remember, failure is not final. Failure is just a way of telling you you have not received the right system of success. So hashtag system of success. If you're on the Facebook page, system of success. And once you hashtag that, a lot of people are going to say, wow, what does that mean? And once they figure out what it means, they're going to be like, oh, wow, you got a new revelation. You got a new word to figure out the new word of the day. And once you understand that, you have to understand that if you fail at something in your new way of thinking, it's not final. Because you always have to adjust what you're doing. You have to adjust to make the right, adjustments, like an airplane. When you fly an airplane does not fly in a straight line. If you ever see an airplane landing, you'll see an airplane landing like, not in a straight line like this. You see it's gliding. It's always making adjustments. It's making an adjustment. So when an airplane take off from New York going to California, it doesn't go in a straight line. It's on automatic pilot. Like from here to California is right here. You see the screen? Okay, here to California is a straight line. But it takes off. It might take off and go up. You can't see it on the screen. Let me see. Go on the screen. All right. It might take off and go up in the air, go around, but the automatic pilot will always make that adjustment. So when it gets to California, yeah, there you go. When it gets to California, it'll land on a designated spot. So what happened? It made adjustments in flight. It changed your way of thinking. You know your final destination. The airplane computer knows the final destination. And when it took off, can you see it? Yeah, there you go. When it took off in the air, they had to make the adjustments. Same way like you want to be a doctor and you go to school. Something happens, the tuition get raised and you can't pay for it, or something happens, you get sick. You got to make adjustments. You got to go to school for 4 years, and then you got to go take 2-year internship, and then you got to take another 2 years residency, and if I'm not exactly sure that's what it is, but that's the framework. There's more things that you have to do, and as you're doing those steps or the requirements to become that doctor or lawyer, you will have to make adjustments some point or another before you get your law degree or your doctor's license, MD license. You always have to make adjustments, even in your personal life. You have to change your way of thinking when you're dealing with people, because everyone is not, let me put it this way, everyone is not able to go where you're going in your life. That's powerful. Everyone is not able to go where you're going in your life because they don't have the power to go where you're going. They don't have the power to retain all the stress, all the heartache and struggle of going where you're going, because your destination is greatness. Your destination is success. And everyone doesn't have that same mindset. Everyone cannot be successful the way you're successful. Right now, you're successful. If you're listening to me this far in this video, I thank you. And it tells me that somewhere inside of your heart of hearts, you know that you have a gift. You know you are successful. You know that you want to unleash your gift. You need the steps. The first step is pay attention. Because by paying attention, you know that you have that gift inside of you. You know that it's there. The second step to unleashing your gift is focus. You have to focus on that thing that you want to release, your gift. You have to focus on that gift to release it. You have to be aware that the gift that you have inside is worth something. You're special. You're worth more than all the gold in Africa, all the gold and diamonds in Africa. You're worth more than all the oil in Saudi Arabia. You're worth more. You're worth more. What's the preacher name? He said, yeah, Miles Monroe. Miles Monroe said, the wealthiest place in the world is not the oil fields in Arabia, nor is it the gold mines or the diamond mines in Africa. He said, the wealthiest place in the world is the graveyard, because there's so many dreams and visions that died with the person that it was given to them to. But I want to take it a step further. I say the richest place in the world is you, in your mind. Because in the graveyard, in the cemetery, they are dead. They can't do anything with the gifts and the ideas that they took with them. My favorite book said, let the dead bury the dead. Those gifts and dreams was given to them and is buried with them. You can't do nothing with that gift and dream. Yes, it's valuable. It's valuable there, but you can't tap into that gift that's buried in the ground. But you have a gift. You are the richest place in this world because the gift that you have is worth more than anything anybody can imagine. Because that gift that you have, you're valuable. You're more valuable than gold, silver, anything you can imagine. That's what you have. You have that gift. It's been given to you. And my favorite book said your gift will make room for you. You have to make room for your gift. Your gift has to make room for you, but you have to make room for your gift. And you say, what do I mean by that? I know that's a scripture. Yeah, your gift will make room for you and you'll go before mighty men, kings, and you know the scripture. But the point is, you have to make room for that gift. If you have a gift to sing, but you're still working in McDonald's saying, in the meantime, I have to make this money, you haven't made room for your gift. If you know you got a gift to dance, but yet you're still working at the post office saying, well, in the meantime, I'm going to make this cash so I can buy this house, and then I'm going to go to school, dance to school, and then get my degree, or whatever the case is, and dance for the opera and all of that. No. You have to make room for that gift. How do you make room for that gift? Change your way of thinking and focus. Focus on that gift. Focus on that gift by paying attention to it, by doing all the requirements to make that gift come out in excellence, to make that gift come out with power and authority. Because it's only you. You're the only one that can release and unleash that gift. Some of you might not know the word unleash is like an action word that's so powerful. I can say, release your gift. Okay, I released my gift. You saw that? You saw that? I released my gift. It's like in a movie. Wow. Yeah, I released my gift. But when you say unleash, it's like a tiger. A tiger or a lion say, I'm going to unleash all this power that I have inside of me. I'm going to unleash this gift on you, and you have no power to say no. You can't resist it because this is my gift. I cultivated this gift, and a cultivated gift is greatness. A cultivated gift is greatness, and I cultivated this gift. I went to school. I struggled with it, and I made sure that I perfected it, and it's working for me, and I know it's going to work for you. And if you see me dance, I dance like no one else. You see me sing, I sing like no one else. I sing like Luther Vandross. Yeah, I sing like Smokey Robinson. I sing like Sam Cooke. I wish I could, but I sing like Sam Cooke. When I unleash my gift on you, you will know it's greatness expressed or greatness manifested. That's what unleashing your greatness is. I don't care what you're thinking right now, you have to change it and say, you have greatness inside of you. Repeat after me. I have greatness inside of me. I have greatness inside of me. I have greatness inside of me. Regardless of what the world say, regardless of what your mother say, your father say, because so many people are living off of what people say. What do you say? Now that you know you have a gift inside of you, now that you know your gift is an uncultivated greatness, what do you say? What do you say about that gift? What are you going to do with that gift? What are you going to do with that gift residing inside of you? You know that gift is calling out to you. You know that gift is calling out to you saying, release me. Release me. Let me see the world like you see the world. I'm living inside your heart. I want to see the world. Let me express myself to the world. Your gift is calling out. Your gift is waking you up in the middle of the night saying, release me. You know you got a song. I got a song waiting for you to release. I'm singing a song in your heart, but I want you to sing this song to the world. Release your gift. Once you release it, I'll do all the work. I'll put the power of releasing the gift and shift it from releasing your gift to unleashing your gift. You think you releasing your gift? When your gift get a hold of you, your gift is going to say, I will unleash it unto the world. That's what you have to realize. Your gift is not for you. It's for the world to experience. Your gift is not for you. It's for the world to enjoy. Your gift is not for you. Your gift is for the world to enjoy the thing that God has put in your life, that's put in your heart. And that's your gift. Now the question for you, now that you are aware that you have a gift, now that you are aware and that you know that you have to pay attention to that gift by unleashing it, now that you know that you have to focus on that gift to cultivate it, to master it, so that you can unleash it. Now that you know you have to change your way of thinking, that you know that you have a gift, that you have to release it and unleash it. What are you going to do? What are you going to do now? I challenge you. I challenge you right now to sit down and write everything out that you believe that you have. What is your gift? What you believe that you have is a gift. Write it out. And once you write it out on a piece of paper, write it out. You might have 3 gifts. You might think you have 3 gifts. You might think you have 2 gifts. Whatever number it is, write it out. You might say, I love to sing. You might say, I love to dance. You might say, I love to cook. You might say, I love to write. I want to write a book. That can be a gift. Well, write it out on a piece of paper. No matter how many things it is, write it out. You have to. This is one of the steps that helps a lot of my clients. You have to write it out. Write it out on a piece of paper. Once you write it out, look at each one and say it out loud. Say it out loud. You say, I love to dance. I love to dance. Once you say, I love to dance, look at the emotion that comes up when you say that word. If you say, I love to dance, you have no emotion to it, fine, go to the next one. You write out, I love to sing. Once you say, I love to sing, and your heart skips a beat and you get happiness and joy in your heart, that could be one of your gifts. You might say, I love to help people. I love to help elderly people. If that excites you in your heart and you get excited and joy in your heart, that can be a gift. Now you have to focus. Number one is pay attention, but now you have to focus and say, okay, I get excited when I said I love to dance. Okay, I love to dance. Let me focus on that. Let me see if that's my real gift. You focus on it and you practice, or you go to somebody and get somebody to critique, get a mentor, somebody who's in the industry of whatever you want to do. You want to speak, or you want to dance, you want to sing, whatever it is. Excuse me. You want to sing, you want to dance, you want to speak. Get a mentor. And that person will tell you if you have a gift or not. Even though you say, I have a gift, you might get out there and the mentor that would teach you and train you will say, nah, you got 2 left feet. You can't dance. You can't dance. Now, if it's a gift that you know is a gift, then you got to cultivate it. You have to put some work into it. Because just because he said you can't dance doesn't mean you can't dance. It just means that his revelation of what he sees coming out of you is not perfected yet. He might say, well, you're not ready. Take some more water right here. He might say you're not ready. You're not ready to dance yet. Just like Michael Jordan when they cut him from the basketball team. They said, you're not ready to play basketball yet. Instead of him sitting down, he went home and focused on what they said, which was not failure. It was just telling him he didn't even have the right system to become or to be on a basketball team at that time. The same for the dancer. Just because he said you can't dance and he's not training you right now because you got 2 left feet, it's telling you you got to change one of your feet. You can't have 2 left feet. You got to get a right foot. So once you get a right foot, you can start dancing. You can start practicing on those things that you say that you want to become. Dancer, lawyer, whatever it is. So that is what you have to do. And that's what I challenge you. I challenge you to write those things down for a purpose. That purpose is to help you understand what your gift is or get an idea of what your gift is. And since you have done that, and if you are here still listening to me, I applaud you. I applaud you because you lasted this long through this teaching, through me speaking. And I honor you for that. And by me honoring you for that, there's something I want to do for you. Here it is. Excuse me 1 minute. I want to honor you. I want to honor you because you lasted so long with me. You lasted so long through this teaching and this training, how to unleash your greatness. You lasted through all the stories I told you. And I just appreciate you listening to me. I want to give you this. Can you see this? Can you see this? This is a card that I give to everyone. Yeah, look at the camera. Okay, this is a card that I give to everyone because, I like to share and I like to give. My favorite book tells me it's better to give than receive. So I want to give you something. I want to give you something free because I love to give. Free. And I love the word free. Don't you love the word free? I love the word free. I'm going to give you a free book. A free book, Unlocking the Greatness Within. Look at it. Can you see this right here? Can you see this right here? Can you focus? Yeah, there it is. Wow. Sometimes this camera's, there it is. There we go. Unlocking your greatness within. I want to give this to you. I want you to text the word GREAT, GREAT. Text the word GREAT to 718-395-5522. Text the word GREAT to 718-395-5522. And once you text the word to that number, you'll get instant access and you will get the free book, How to Unlock the Greatness Within. So that being said, this is the end of the training. I just want to thank Mr. George C. Frazier once again for the opportunity to be on the same stage, the same platform as him. He's a great, wonderful man, a visionary and a wonderful, wonderful person. And I also want to thank Shane Trevor. Shane Trevor, I know they're going to be speaking soon also. I want just to thank them once again just for an opportunity to speak on the same platform as them, because they're mighty men. They're mighty men of speakers. That's what they are. They're mighty men of speakers. And also for the other speakers that are speaking on the platform also, I just want to shout out to them saying thank you. I'm the least of them, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm the least among them, and I'm honored just to be here speaking, having a voice on this same platform. So until next time, like my tagline say, live, love, and learn. Live to your fullest, love unconditionally, and learn from everything that you experience, because you're not here by accident. You're not here by accident. You're here because you're here to learn. So until next time, I love every one of y'all.